Freesky. Yeah, that's a bit of a strange name, isn't it? Or is it Free Sky? Definitely free something. Yeah, we've got another bike in this box, and we're going to do an unboxing. We're going to make it quick, we're going to make it easy, we're going to make it simple because it's evening and I've just been at work all day and I want a cup of coffee. So I'm going to show you what's in here, but this is going to blow your mind. I am so excited about getting this out of the box. So excited. Right, we've got a little box of parts. First of all, I'm just going to have a little nose inside this to see what we've got inside here before we start ripping into the big one. So we've got some instructions, a really nice instruction manual, which I think is pretty cool to get a nice instruction manual with all colour photos, which that is a real treat to get. That's a proper manual. We've also got in here, sounds like a toolkit in a really nice case. Look at that, a lovely toolkit with all your bits and pieces, spanners, which I'm going to use to put this together. That's a really nice little pouch as well to put that in. Fantastic. They're not scrimping on the parts. We get a set of pedals. They look like aluminium pedals. We've got a something. We've definitely got a something. I don't know what it is, but we'll find out shortly. It looks like maybe a backlight hanger or something like that. We've got our stem that goes through the front wheel, I'm thinking. We've also got, for this, I shouldn't really mention this, this is a throttle and a horn. In the UK, throttles aren't really allowed, so we might not be able to fit that, but we'll see. We've also got, I'm guessing, a couple of battery chargers. Now I'm going to say a couple of battery chargers because I know what I'm getting in this box and you don't. Actually, it's only one. We've got one battery charger. I think there's two battery chargers in this box, but I'm going to find out if there is or isn't. We've got a 2-pin and a 3-pin plug. So, yeah, we knew that was going to be a battery charger. Right, so let's put these bits just in the top of this box for a minute because we're going to come back to them. I'm going to try and do this without the manual, and I'm going to try and do it with the toolkit they've sent me. So I'm going to cut the box open. While you're doing this, be really, really careful. I use knives at work all the time, so I'm a little bit okay with a knife. But what I do want to do is just make sure there's nothing in this corner and nothing in this corner that I can cut through. And there is actually a cable down in there, so I'm going to be very careful when I go through this box. And you can see inside here we've got a plethora of bits and pieces and foam, and I think this is the other charger. Yep, there's our second charger. Told you there's two chargers. There's a good reason for two chargers. This bike comes with a 48 and a 41, I think it is, or a 36. It'll go on the screen for you. Battery. It's got two batteries. I'm going to tell you exactly what it's got. It's a 48 and a 41 volt battery. Two batteries, dual batteries. Right, now I'm going to need my knife to cut these zippy ties off, aren't I? Because we've got a large portion of zippy ties. I'm going to throw all this foam on the floor for now, so bear with me. Well packaged. I've got to say this is a well packaged item. It's really been well packed. Lots and lots of really big, thick padded foam to protect everything. So yeah, they've done a good job at packaging this. So I'm just cutting these cables off, being very careful not to damage any paintwork because I got to choose a colour, and I've chosen this one. They do it in a blue, they do it in a black, and they do it in this really nice green, and I wanted the green. But yeah, she's looking beautiful. It's metallic, it's like a car. Look at this, look. Ooh, she's shiny. Some very big cable ties, but it's got to hold this big bike together. So let's see if we can get this wheel out. Is this wheel free? Nope, it's really well cable tied in. So there's our front wheel. Surprisingly light. Just have a feel of that. That's actually surprisingly light, isn't it? Very lightweight. I'm actually quite shocked. Look at the size of this thing. Oh, I'm getting all flustered. You can see the colours starting to come out a little bit more now as I'm unravelling it. It's a dual suspension, so we've got front and rear suspension on this. Look at this big gas strut thing they've got in there, this beautiful big suspension. It looks fantastic, absolutely fantastic. And look, I did scratch it, never mind, it's going to get dirty. What have we got in here? This must be our controller. So let's open her up. Ah, this is a light. This is a front light. Look at that for a front light. I've got a motorbike sat there, a Triumph Tiger, and this is bigger than the light on the front of that. That is going to really show us some light, that is. This is the Alaska. Is it written anywhere for you? Can't see it written anywhere, but this is actually the Alaska. They do several different bikes. They do a Warrior, which I'm dreaming about. They do a Ranger, which I would love to get the missus because she would be buzzing on it. And they also do a couple of other bikes. But this is the Alaska. This is the dual battery. The reason it's got a dual battery is it will do between 90 and 160 miles. 160 miles. That's like from here to the south coast and back. Well, not quite, but yeah, it's a long, long way, 160 miles. I'm nearly there, There's loads of foam and I'm just being very careful not to slice anything. So we've got one more on the front forks. Again, full suspension on the front forks. It's got compression dampening on one side and then preload on the other side. So compression and preload, which is another treat. You know, they really have added some features to this bike. The seat is hiding in this bag. Again, we've got a really large fat seat on this with what I like, a grab handle. You know, when you're moving these things around, there's a grab handle under here to be able to grab hold of it. So there's your seat. It's got numbers down the back as well, which is brilliant because if there's two people riding the bike, I can set mine up to a 1, say, and then Marta might want to use it and she want to set it up to a 4, and we can literally just look on the back, line it up to where we want it, and we've got it already preset, so that's quite nice. That will need tightening up in a moment. I've got a little gadget in here that's cable tied on. This is a backlight. Now, I've been saying for years, when I've been doing other bikes, years and years and years, why don't they supply a backlight? Because you've got batteries. Nearly all the bikes come with a reflector. They don't come with a backlight. This actually comes with a backlight. Now I know what that little plastic thing is in the bag. This is to attach your backlight to your seat post with a cable that can go up and down. Just brilliant, brilliant. So handlebars. Let's see if we can get these out of here. There is 4 keys. There's 4 keys. Looks like there's 2 different types of keys. So you've got 2 and 2. So you've got two keys and 2 keys. This is going to be for the top and the bottom batteries, I would have thought. They might be different. It might have an ignition thing on it, which again I've been saying for years. Why don't we put an ignition on these things so you can turn the bike off when you go in the shop and no one can actually start it? You know, like a motorbike or a car or anything really. It wouldn't be hard to put a little ignition switch on. So that's our handlebars out, and I think before I go much further I'm going to probably stop, tidy up, and then we can start to see what I'm doing around here because there's a lot of mess. So bear with me 1 second. Right, rubbish is gone. I've cut the box off. I've still got a bit of cardboard and this is just balancing it for stopping it from tipping over. There is a big stand on the back here which should stop it from tipping over as well. I'm already absolutely blown away of how this thing looks, and I haven't even put it together yet. It's got a massive rear motor on it. Is it MXUS? It's got written on it. MXUS. I don't know if it's Bafang or MXUS. It's a 48 volt, 250 watt, 29 fat, XF19 fat. That's what it is. It's looking like we've got hydraulic brakes. They look like hydraulic brakes, which is pretty cool. This suspension setup is extremely exciting looking. There's a low battery dropped in the bottom, there's a high battery dropped in the top. There's your two batteries. This thing looks like a monster. Look at the size of the forks and the stem and everything. It just looks like an absolute monster. Right, let's get these Allen keys. I'm going to say I'm going to use the standard kit that they get sent with it, so I'm going to try and do it with what they've sent, and then I'll probably just go around and nip it up after. This set of Allen keys as well, they give you some zippy ties, 3 proper spanners, not them little fold up pieces of metal ones, 3 proper, oh there's a bit of a metal one there, but there's 2 proper solid spanners, a full mini set of Allen keys, and a little torque wrench thing there as well. So yeah, let's see if we can set it up with what I've got here. So first of all, we need to put some handlebars on it. Right, so we need an Allen key to take this front off. It does actually have a torque setting on these, 6 Newton meters. Now, this is another thing with torques. This bike has 130 Newton meters of torque. Newtons, 130 Newtons. Marta's got no idea what that means, but I know that means power. It's only a 250 watt motor, but my pro bike that I use all the time is, I think, 65 or 70 Newton torques. This is nearly double that, and I just dropped a screw. You probably heard it hit the floor, but it's around somewhere. Under the wheel, is it? Oh, I can see it. This is another reason I like to work on the cardboard, so you can find these things when you drop them. Right, so the front clamp comes off. We're going to temporarily lift the handlebars up. There's our display on the front. There's our gears, Shimano 7 gears. Our little power button on this side is really dinky. It's a lovely little power button. I'll show you all this up close when I can. I'm going to have to take that other one off, aren't I, to get this clamp on. So let's get this off. Let's get these handlebars on. And that's one thing out of the way. Now, it's got Freesky written everywhere. It's on the handlebars, it's on the seat, it's on the stem, it's on the side of the frame, it's everywhere. They don't want you to forget it's on the pedals. They don't want you to forget who makes this bike. Oh, my fingers and thumbs are everywhere today. Just goes to show I've had a right full day at work, haven't I? So there are little lines on the front of this steering as well. I'll see if I can show you on the camera. There's some little lines on the front here for setting it up, so you can line it up and set it up. I'm just going to put it on roughly for now, and then I'll do all the setting up afterwards. So there's 4 screws to go in this. Make sure you put all 4 in, otherwise you're going to have problems. Okay, that's roughly together. The grips are on with the secure screws on the side as well, so these grips shouldn't move. You've got some nice levers on there. You can use them 2 fingers really, really well. So that's a nice little feature. And I've just noticed on here, you get a couple of little key ring things. Smart key. Smart key. Does this mean the bike won't work without one of these near it? Oh, please let that be so. Please let that be so. Right, we need to get this light on, I think, because that's going to be banging on the floor otherwise. So we need to route this cable around somewhere and put this light on the front, and then we can get the front wheel on. Now, Freesky has sent me a kit as well. The kit is for a rear guard. So I've got front and back mud guards, which I will fit in another video, and a rear rack, which is brilliant for when you want to do some photography or fishing or whatever it is you want to do, and you need to take your gear with you. So if you're into your racks, I'll be showing you how to fit that in another video. But first of all, the light is on. Very simple and easy to put on. The front wheel is not going to be quite so easy to put on, but we need to get the front wheel on. We need to raise these handlebars as well. So This is where it starts to get heavy. This is a really heavy, chunky beast. We're having 2 batteries in it. So I just need a little bit of thought process and I'll get this front wheel on. So there's a little stem in the bottom. That's just a protector to keep it all together. Don't need that, that's just a packing piece. So front wheel is going to be in between the brake pads. There's a little brake pad divider as well. Again, that's just spare. The disc is going to slip in between them. On this little stem, we take the nut off one end, make sure we don't lose our springs. We've got a spring on both ends, so just make sure you've got the spring on both ends. And this can go through the wheel, so poke that through the wheel, put it on loose, and this is going to go in the front. So we need to pick the front up, easier said than done, and we're going to slide the wheel underneath. I'm going to put my front wheel in there, front wheel in there. Hopefully it will just drop into place a little bit like that, and I think that's in. Just flip our little lever. So our little lever on this side, I'm just going to flip our little lever up to lock that into place, and that is the front wheel on. Oh my gosh, look at this. She's looking an absolute monster now. I thought I'd have to raise the handlebars, but you don't, because obviously I've picked the front wheel up. So that's pretty much the bike built. The only thing really to do then is to add these pedals. There's a left and a right. It says on it left and right. Obviously the right goes on the left and left goes on the right. No, it doesn't. They'll have opposite threads. One of them will have a reverse thread. It actually tells you on here, pedal and tighten. So one of them goes on the correct way round, which is that one. Again, we're going to use our spanners that come with it. They're normally a 13 or a 14 mil. This is a 15. It does them up, and again, these want doing up quite snugly. So when you get them into place, just give them a good jerk down to make sure they're done up tight. Just a good tighten up. It's also got a chain guard, which I like. That stops your trousers and your socks getting dirty, having that chain guard on there. The gears, you know, sometimes you spin wheels and they sound a bit funny. That feels nice. Right, we've got a rear light. So let's have a look at this. This rear light here. Obviously the cable ties that come in our little box are for tidying up these cables. So for now, I'm just going to bob it on somewhere at the top. We're doing it live because we're doing it live, so we know. Right, the big chunky piece goes on first. Then I can see now the nuts go in the top there. Yeah, very clever. Sorry if this video is dragging out. So I've got a code for these bikes. Compton 60. If you want anything from Freesky, type in the Compton 60 and you will get a £60 discount, which you can't sniff like that, can you? That's pretty good for a £60 discount just for typing in the code. So even if you don't want the Alaska and you're after the Warrior or the Ranger or one of the other bikes, put that code in and bag yourself a discount. Now this bike retails at, I think it's supposed to retail at just over £2,000, 2,200 and something. At the moment it's reduced in price to £1,599. So it sounds like a lot of money for a mountain bike, but when you consider what you're going to get for your money, I think you're going to be getting a lot of bike. This is the big fat tyre, 4-inch wheels. This bike will go on sand, mud, grass, dirt, rocks, rubble. It'll do anything everywhere. You've got dual batteries, so you're getting 2 batteries for your money. It's going to do a range of 160 miles, obviously, if you're going to take your time and look after the power and don't go full throttle on it. Front and rear suspension, it really does sound like it's got an absolute load of stuff, you know, for your money in it. Now the little Velcro thing here can go around this strap just to keep me cables in, and I'm going to tidy all this up afterwards, but for now I just want to try and keep it all out of the way. There's one on the bottom there, there's one there, so these can be tidied up, tucked out of the way. But that's pretty much our bike made. I've got to tighten things up, I've got to make sure everything else is in place. It does come with a throttle, like I say. If you're not in the UK, you can put the throttle on. There is a socket on the front here, so all you do is plug this in there and attach the throttle to the handlebars. So we'll put that on later on to see what it does, but yeah, it's not supposed to be used in the UK, so bear that one in mind. Right, I think job done. Let me have a look at my piece of paper just to let you know if we've got, oh, what do you think of this colour as well, this green? This is beautiful. It's got a right metallic shine to it. Love these wide forks. Obviously the forks are wide to take up for the 4-inch wheel, but this thing is a monster. This is an absolute monster of a bike. Unbelievable. You've got a display on the front. Have we got power? Let's press the power. So it's not got instant power, but there could be something I'm missing. I might have an on and off switch. There's a charging socket on the side there, so that's easy to charge on the side there. The other charging socket's on the back down here, by the looks of it. Two key ports on this side. I'll show you them. That's for the 2 different keys for getting the batteries out. Large stand on the back, a proper solid stand as well. Okay, let me have a look at what we've got on here. Brushless motor, 130 newton meters, 7-speed Shimano gears, battery safety certificate, maximum load 136 kilograms. So this will take 136 kilograms off of weight. I'm about 90, so an absolute breeze. But if you're a big boy or girl, this will take the weight. Range between 144 and 256 kilometers. Which is amazing. 18-month warranty, 15-day price guarantee, and a 15-day return if you're not happy with what you receive. And I will be blown away if you're not happy with this, because I think I'm just getting so excited. I just want to get out and ride it. Batteries, 48 volt and a 41 volt cell lithium battery. That's an 18 and a 23 amp hour. They say the ride recommended height is between 5'6" and 6'8". So, you know, I'm 5'8", so you can even smaller people can ride this with the seat right down. So you should be fine with that. Discs, front and rear discs, 180mm discs, rotors, and they got hydraulics, which is fantastic. Are the brakes on the right side? That's the question I always ask myself. So the back brake is on the right hand side, so I'm going to have to try and swap the brakes around to get the back brake on the front side. This is the problem with some of these bikes when they come into the country. They are on the opposite side to what we use in the UK and majority of the world, I think. So I need to get the front brake over onto the right hand side, so that's very, very important. It's a safety thing. Very, very important. This bike weighs, this is the shocking bit, this bike weighs 40 kilograms. So I can move it, but you don't want to be carrying this. Now, obviously, if you take these 2 batteries out, it's going to become a lot lighter to carry. But yeah, this is designed to be ridden, not carried. And that's about it. I don't think there's much else I can sort of say about it, apart from it's just a beautiful looking bike. I'm going to get out and give it a ride. If you want to see me first ride on it, the first test on it, I'm going to do a separate video on that, all about how I get on with the first ride. But for now, I'm going to go around, tighten up all the nuts and bolts, check everything's solid and secure, get all these cables sorted out and tidied up, and yeah, we can ride it. Ciao for now. Don't forget to like and subscribe, give us a thumbs up if you like this, and if you want to see some more from Freesky, let me know in the comments, because they have some amazing looking bikes I really do want to try out and give them a run for their money. And for now, let's get this fat boy onto the road. Let's get it onto a beach. Let's see what this thing is really capable of doing. Ta-da. Oh, don't forget the code, Compton60. Save yourself some money. Bye-bye. One other thing I've discovered about this as well, and I've got the camera in my hand so I can show you what's going on up here. It's got left and right turn signals, and on the back of the bike, if I can show you this, if I flip the seat round, as I press the turn signal left, you get a left indicator, and if I press it right, you get a right indicator, and if I turn it off, it goes off. And then if I press and hold my lights, I get a really big fancy back light on it. Now that is awesome. And the light on the front, super, super, super bright. Press the hold again and it goes off. Just wanted to add about turning this thing on, because I couldn't get it turned on before. Inside the battery, you have to take the bottom battery out, use the key provided, take the bottom battery out. There's a switch on the battery, you turn the battery on, and there's a power level on the top to show you how much power there is. I've got 3 bars on this battery, and then on the top, when you're pressing the button, you have to press the button, which gives you the power on, and you have to swipe one of your cards on the display. This is what turns it on and turns it off. I think that is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I can swipe it on and swipe it off with my card, which means when I walk away from the bike, I can turn this off with my card, walk away, and it is dead. That is amazing. There is a passcode, you can use a password, but using your key to switch it on, oh, I'm just blown away. Ta-da.